I'm into the idea of dialogue and everything, and it seems fruitful.
Hmm. Hmm. Well, we've talked in the past about like the daimon or the guide, and
Right.
I
Yeah.
think this is the kind of thing I would expect from that. If there is some type of entity or some type of thing built into the human soul that, reflects God as a teacher within ourself, or however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Um, that's how I imagine it would work. Just kind of a quiet voice that says something, and if you listen to it, um, maybe things happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thinking in the Christian tradition, it almost seems like maybe some kind of, yeah, genius or daimon or angel spoke to you, and then you kind of had like this experience with reality, and then you kind of like struggled with God, kind of, and you were almost like rebellious against God or something, kind of maybe realizing something about your relationship with him or something.
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, thanks for bringing that back up because that's not something I've really been able to talk about with anybody because I don't think I brought that up even with the teacher at the time because we have very short windows. I just wanted to tell him what happened and then get
Hmm.
a reply.
Uh,
Um, but I've wondered about that since then because it's such a reinforcement of an adversarial relationship with God, which like I don't consciously want an adversarial relationship with God. Some people do, and that's fine. Depends on how you define God. But apparently, I have some kind of story in my unconscious that
mm,
like there is an entity that wants to take things from me,
mm,
and yet I was gifted this moment of some kind of altered state that was not drug induced, that which I've had
mm,
some of those too, but
mm.
this was not. This was totally on the natch, as they say.
Hmm.
And like what a gift. Like what kind of a response is like what
Yeah.
so God's not gonna take the memory of the thing that I was just given ostensibly by God, if you're looking at this whole thing through a God framework. Like I don't want to be that guy. And I think that's something that I still struggle with is who who am I? Who do I believe myself to be such that like that's what came up? Because
Mm,
it's all unconscious. It's in my system somewhere. But I'm also not sure that that is necessarily something worth digging into. I mean,
mm.
it's worth considering, it's worth inquiring about, but I don't want to make it into something that like, oh, well, this is a wrong thing about me, and
Yeah.
therefore I
Yeah.
have to get rid of it. Or it
Yeah.
just I want to be curious about it because God lets it exist under that framework. So why shouldn't I?
Mm,
And can I care for it? Can I be interested in it instead of trying to define it and control it or dissect it or take
mm.
it apart? So
Yeah. Do you
yeah.
have more thoughts about that you want to share about what that means, or does that seem to be a part of who you seem to be, or you did seem to be?
Um, it's definitely still something I struggle with. Um, Sort of my place of belonging in the world and where I fit in. And I can feel in talking about it right now, I can feel some anger coming up,
Mm,
shaking your fist at God kind of anger, but it's coming up from like my gut, like the middle of my gut.
mm,
And around it I can feel this sort of like loving compassion.
mm,
Um, but it feels very insistent on what it believes.
mm,
And I know that, it's very black and white. Like
mm,
it's very like, no, this is how it is. And I
mm,
know that anytime something is that concentrated and that certain of itself, that it's probably um something, especially when it's forced. Like, no, this is how it is. You don't understand. Like there's
yeah.
that you can feel the tension around that kind of attitude. as opposed to like, no, I think this is how it is. Like it's just clear.
Mm.
Like the
Yeah.
sky's blue.
It's not
Like I don't have to get
confident.
angry about the sky being blue.
Yeah.
I don't have to get angry about the fact that I don't know, my hair is brown or whatever. I'm wearing this shirt.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So,
Yeah, it almost does sound a little like a teenage rebellion. It's not confident, it's overly assertive.
mhm.
Anyway, that's my first impression. But
Yeah, 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 yeah. That's a good point. Um, yeah, so it's not something I think I'm going to necessarily see through in this moment on this podcast.
yeah, yeah, of course. Yeah,
But
you
it
don't need
does
to.